What is going on, guys? It is Ellen the Noble here for the Spacefarer's Atlas, and today we are going to be talking about one of the things I am most excited about in Starfield, and that is the settlement or colony building system. So if you're interested in Starfield content, make sure you subscribe and strap in as we blast off. So we know that we are going to see some settlement or base building system in Starfield for a couple different reasons. One, we know from the direction that Bethesda has been going for a long time. Morrowind introduced player homes and placing items. A few titles later, Skyrim introduced a modular home building. Fallout 4 introduced a settlement building system, while Fallout 76 expanded that and added that into multiplayer. So, looking at their trajectory, Starfield should be a big jump with the building system. Another reason is for plenty of leaked screenshots from different times of development. For instance, these are from 2017. And these are obviously pointing out to a building system. These as well are from some early builds. And apparently these are from 2018. And as you can see, these have some similar structures in them. So, what will this building system look like? Will it just be your ship? Will it be one large space station? Will it be settlements or colonies on planets? Well, when we look at all the information we have, we can get some decent ideas. I know one of the biggest complaints about Fallout 4's system overall is that it would have been better for you to focus on one big settlement that everything was going into instead of many small ones, which for something like Starfield would make sense, especially if you were like a lone explorer, as we know. Something like designing a grand space station, for instance. That was what I thought we might see for a while, but if you look at early screenshots like this, and yes, I know it was from a few years ago, we see legs and stands to show that most likely this will be planet-side, not just a space station. Knowing the scale that we have seen in Fallout and 76, just focusing on your ship in a building out modular way, almost like No Man's Sky's freighters, would not only be a massive step back, but all the leaked screenshots show pretty much the opposite. So it seems like we will definitely see planet-side settlement building. Not to say that we won't see space stations or other things, but we should definitely see planet settlement building. Now another thing we can take as a safe bet, that if you need metal, you won't grab a pickaxe and go mining, or if you need wood, you wouldn't grab an axe and go chopping like you see as a mechanic for many building games. Instead, we would see a further in-depth system to the innovative scrapping system we saw in Fallout 4. This is supported by Bethesda's own concept art. If you look closely, it says here in this stall to the left, scrap, meaning you can buy or sell scrap. So looking at systems of previous games, it is safe to assume that a scrapping system based on Fallout 4's will be in Starfield. Now, I also think that you will be able to modularly build out your ship, at least external and systems, although interior would make sense. Again, the evidence of this is this leaked photo. If you look at this photo, this ship looks like it has very clean lines, both vertical and horizontal, to be modular that you see in modular building of, well, anything in games. Now that would have obvious implications to the interiors, but it is clear ship customization will be a thing. Another thing I would like to see, and would make sense with how technology has advanced, and we are in another generation since Fallout 4, is not being restricted to certain places to build your settlement or colony. I believe we will see that, because when you look at the camp system in Fallout 76, you can place your camp, which acted as the center of your buildable area, anywhere for the most part. So it would be a safe bet to see that in Starfield. Now, to further add to the evidence of settlement or colony building, we can look to Into the Starfield Episode 3.
It goes back.
Circular.
Is exactly some sort of like a circular journey.
You go out, you adventure, discover, return.
Yes, there is always the strive to go back home. We will find something, we will discover something, we'll take it with us, and we will go back home with it.
We can see this gameplay loop in Fallout 4, going out, questing, gathering scraps and items, and returning. These words point to the same gameplay loop. So I feel pretty confident about everything that I have shared thus far because I think it is grounded on things we can see and know. Now, based on these things, there are a few things I would like to see. For one, something I've been wanting for a long time is having multiple companions at once. Now, what that could realistically look like is having a crew for your modularly customized ship. We could see different people that could recruit to have better or lesser gunner skills, let's say. Or maybe bigger, better guns that we can equip when we get someone with those skills to run that. We could see that play out in different aspects of your crew for your ship. Another thing I would like to see is more micro-control elements be left to the AI instead of the player. I liked the tedious nature of Fallout 4's settlement building, but I know not everyone did. And it would be fun to see that for playthroughs where you don't want to spend a lot of time building, an option be added. I would like to see settlements be fitted for different purposes. So a settlement you put at a raw resource, or another one you could put for farming, and yet another one for manufacturing. Then we could set up supply lines that ships run, similarly to the supply lines between settlements we saw in Fallout 4. So Skyrim and Fallout 4 had DLC that added some building elements to the game. It would be safe to assume that we would see that in Starfield. Maybe that is where you could build your own space station. Who knows? So that about does it for looking at settlement building in Starfield. I could talk for a long time about it, but that covers the core of it so far. And we have less than a week before we know for sure, and I am super excited to see how close my predictions are. So let me know in the comments what aspect of settlement building you are most excited for, or what you are hoping for the most. If you are excited about Starfield like I am, make sure you like and subscribe so you can tune in to more of the Spacefarer's Atlas as we begin our journey through the stars.